Go ahead and open the meeting, and I will also open the public hearing on the 2026 town budget and warrant articles. Where do you want to start, Ken?
Starting the opening the public hearing,
Yep.
we would read the second session warrant
Yep,
articles.
okay. All right.
Raise the top and you right
Yep.
down to it.
All right, so second session will be held at Canterbury Elementary School on Friday, the 13th of March, 2026, at 7 o'clock to act on the following subjects. And I'll read these in the order that they're in. Item 7, to see if the town will vote to establish a police public safety details revolving fund pursuant to RSA 31:95-H for the purpose of providing public safety services by the police department employees outside of the ordinary detail of such persons. All revenues received for police public safety details will be deposited into the fund, and the money in the fund shall be allowed to accumulate from year to year and shall not be considered part of the town's general fund balance. And further, to raise and appropriate the sum of $5,000 to be added to the police public safety details revolving fund to come from the unassigned fund balance and not from taxation. The town treasurer shall have the custody of all monies in the fund and shall pay out the same only upon order of the governing body, and no further approval is required by the legislative body to expend. Such funds may be expended only for the purpose for which the fund was created. Majority vote required, recommended by the Selectmen, no tax impact. Item 8, to see if the town will vote to establish a fire and rescue public safety details fund, revolving fund, pursuant to RSA 31:95-H for the purpose of providing public safety services by fire and rescue department employees outside of the ordinary detail of such persons. All revenues received for fire and rescue public safety details will be deposited into the fund, and the money in the fund shall be allowed to accumulate from year to year and shall not be considered part of the town's general fund balance. And further, to raise and appropriate the sum of $2,000 to be added to the fire and rescue public safety details revolving fund to come from the unassigned fund balance and not from taxation. The town treasurer shall have custody of all monies in the fund and shall pay out the same only upon order of the governing body, and no further approval is required by the legislative body to expend. Such funds may be expended only for the purpose for which the fund was created. Majority vote required, recommended by the Selectmen, no tax impact. Item 9, to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $3,602,470 for general municipal operations. This article does not include appropriations contained in special or individual articles addressed separately. Majority vote required, recommended by the Selectmen. Estimated tax impact, cost per $1,000, $5.03. Cost for a $400,000 home, $2,010.80. Item 10, to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $139,000 to be deposited into the following capital reserves. Ken, I guess the easiest thing is just read the number.
You can either read the number or the verbiage.
Okay. Highway equipment, $10,000. Highway truck, $30,000. Rescue truck, $8,000. Fire truck, $50,000. Landfill closure, $1,000. Maintenance and repair of town buildings, $10,000. Highway loader, $30,000. Majority vote required, recommended by the Selectmen. Estimated tax impact, cost per $1,034. Cost for a $400,000 home, $135.25. Item 11, to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $18,000 for the purchase of sliding water tank for the highway department. Said amount to come from the Highway Equipment Capital Reserve Fund. Majority vote required. Recommended by the Selectmen. No tax impact. Item 12, to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $250,000 for the purchase of a dump truck for the Highway Department, with $150,000 of said funds to come from the Highway Truck Capital Reserve Fund and $100,000 of said funds to come from the Highway Equipment Capital Reserve Fund. Majority vote required. Recommended by the Selectmen. No tax impact. Item 13, to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $100,000 for the purchase of a truck for the fire department and to replace the Rescue 1 truck with a current command car. Said amount to come from the Rescue Truck Capital Reserve Fund. Majority vote required. Recommended by the Selectmen. No tax impact. Item 14, to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $50,000 for the purchase of extrication equipment for the fire department, with $40,000 of said funds to come from the Firefighting Equipment Capital Reserve Fund and $10,000 of said funds to be raised by taxes. Majority vote required. Recommended by the Selectmen. Estimated tax impact, cost per $1,000, 2 cents. Cost for a $400,000 home, $9.73. Item 15, to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $170,000 for the purchase of a Packer truck and to retrofit it with electric hydraulics for the transfer station. Majority vote required. Recommended by the Selectmen. Estimated tax impact, cost per $1,000, 41 cents. Cost for a $400,000 home, $165.41. Item 16, to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $20,000 for the purchase of waste oil burner for the highway garage. Majority vote required. Recommended by the Selectmen. Estimated tax impact, cost per $1,000, 5 cents. Cost for a $400,000 home, $19.46. Item 17, to see if the town will vote to establish a salt shed capital reserve fund under the provisions of RSA 35:1 for the purpose of purchasing a salt shed and to raise and appropriate the sum of $25,000 to be placed in this manner. Further, to name the Board of Selectmen as agents to expend from said fund. Majority vote required. Recommended by the Selectmen. Estimated tax impact, cost per $1,000, 6 cents. Cost for a $400,000 home, $24.32. Item 18, to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $4,000 for the purchase of a multifunction printer. Majority vote required. Recommended by the Selectmen. Estimated tax impact, cost per $1,000, 1 cent. Cost for a $400,000 home, $3.89. Item 19, to see if the town will authorize the Selectmen to accept up to $6,000 from the Community Power Coalition of New Hampshire Canterbury Adder Funds and place that money into the Renewable Energy Capital Reserve Fund. Majority vote required. Recommended by the Selectmen. No tax impacts. Item 20, to see if the town will vote to discontinue the Sam Lake House Capital Reserve Fund created in 2011. Said funds and accumulated interest to date of withdrawal are to be transferred to the municipality's general fund. Majority vote required. Recommended by the Selectmen. No tax impact. Item 21, to see if the town will vote to modify the optional tax credit for a service-connected total disability on residential property in accordance with RSA 72:35 from its current value of $1,400 to $2,000. Majority vote required. Recommended by the Selectmen. No tax impact. During the meeting, we're going to transact any other business that may legally come before this meeting. Given under our hands and sealed the 2nd day of February in the year of our Lord 2026. All right,
Well read.
So the public hearing is open, and if we have anybody that would like to make comments about the budget or the second session warrant articles, we can take that at any time, as you please.
Okay.
Randy, anything from you?
I have no questions or comments, but there's a couple other people on here that might.
okay. I can't see anybody else on there.
It's Jennifer Roberski and Rebecca Pereira.
Okay.
Any questions or comments from the public at this time? And this hearing will be open for a while. We're not gonna just close it right away. So the hearing will be open for a while while we conduct other business if anybody comes on and has questions. Edgar.
Edgar, go ahead.
Edgar Rivera, Cloud Pond Road. On the two articles regarding the police department and emergency, can you say the two budget lines or budget lines that are being impacted by now moving the funds to this external funds? Like in the budget, where we're gonna see the lines go down because of it?
Yes. Right now, the operating budget has a line for the police department off-duty details and a line for the fire department off-duty details. Those lines will have $1 in them now, just as placeholders. We typically put some money in there, but we don't know how much we're gonna get from off-duty details, so it's hard to determine. This will make it cleaner for the operating budget, and it won't show that any department goes over because we took in too much money or more money and expended more money than we had originally budgeted for. This moves it out of the operating budget into a separate account, so it cleans up the operating budget.
Does that answer your question, Edgar? Okay.
Okay, thank you. Were there any other comments from the people that have zoomed in? Okay, hearing none, as Ken said, we'll be open until 5:30?
At least, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll just remain open. There's the signed document for you.
My only comment is I'm pretty impressed that 10 out of the 15 have no tax impact. I would hope that people
Yeah,
will appreciate that.
yeah.
Power of good saving.
Right now, I'd like to just, we have under new business, highway and transfer station hiring. Right now, the candidate for the transfer station is with us, has joined us tonight. His name is Dagan Howell. Dagan, would you like to come up and sit down, and if the selectmen have any question for you? I think I sent out an email that said, everything is good and we'd like to move forward with the hiring.
Cool.
And, have you guys approve it. If you wanna ask Dagan any questions, feel free.
Thank you for coming. This is great.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
You're in town?
Yeah, I'm right now, I'm just living with Dave Emerson. I've been there for a half a year or so. Nice dude. Yeah, he's just got
Yes, he
a small
is.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all know him.
Yeah, of course. It's hard not to every person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice to see you. It's all leader.
Yes, he is. But I can't really think of any questions.
I can't, except what brought you to Canterbury?
Dave had a really cheap place, and when I went there, I was like, oh, he's a real nice dude. And at the time, Ray was right after surgery, so he needed help with like a lot of stuff. So now he's doing a lot better now. But right after that, I was just like, yeah, I'll help this guy out, and it genuinely was just going great.
And how did you see the posting for the job? What made you see it and say, yeah?
Dave gave it to me in the paper.
Oh,
there you
good.
go.
Great.
Yeah, I've just been trying to find a place for a bit now, and I've been cutting wood with Kevin Fife, and so he was like, oh, he gave me that, and I applied. I think online. I can't remember how I applied. I think I might have came in person. Yeah.
It's always good to know how people actually see where the advertising shows up, so.
Yeah, it was definitely paper.
Good,
Yeah.
thank you. I'm good. If you're willing to
Okay.
do the job and everything
Yeah.
checks out and you met with the,
If you make a motion to move ahead with the hiring,
Yeah. Just so I get the name right.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
Yeah, it's gonna be, a family name? There's my question. Where'd the name come from?
Baby book.
Oh,
oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Great.
well, I don't know, that's kind of suspect. That's
It is
fine.
supposed to be Irish, but who knows?
Okay, it sounds Irish. All right, I'm gonna make a motion that we hire Degan Howell for the transfer station.
I will second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Great.
Welcome.
welcome
Welcome,
aboard.
yeah, glad to have you.
Thank you for having me.
If you would be able to stop by the town office tomorrow, Cal, what time do you think you'll be there?
I'll be there at 8 a.m.
Awesome.
So
If you could stop by and we'll do the rest of the paperwork that's needed.
Do you want me there after 8 or at 8?
whenever.
Okay.
I will be there at 8 o'clock, so 8:10 would be nice.
Okay. Sure.
Take my
And-
coat off.
And then we'll, if you wanted to, you could start tomorrow. They start at noontime. Or you
actually-
could wait until Wednesday.
I'm booked until Saturday.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
I
So
did make plans to cut wood for the rest
So
of the week. 'cause I didn't-
Saturday, you can start on Saturday morning
Sure.
up there. I will let David, the transfer station manager, know, and we'll welcome you aboard up there.
Yeah, I'm
Awesome.
glad to
Thank
have
you
you.
guys so much.
Oh, yeah, very glad to
Good
have
luck.
you. Thank
Yes.
you.
I'm sure we'll all see you there, so.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, eventually.
Yeah.
And I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes.
Thanks.
All right.
See you
All right,
guys.
have a good night.
Thanks for
Thank
coming
you
in.
too. Nice to see you again, buddy.
Right. Yay.
All right, you wanna sign?
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah. Get that out of the way. All right, first item is is this a welfare account?
So it's an accounts payable manifest, and later in the packet will be a welfare manifest. And
Okay.
it's the exact same thing. Mary breaks it out by
Okay,
month.
this
That's
looks
the
like-
last one that's the last stuff from January.
Okay,
And
gotcha.
there's another accounts payable for February.
Okay, all right, so I'll call this an accounts payable manifest in the amount of $1,575 and no cents.
Alrighty, so moved.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye. Welcome.
All right, another accounts payable manifest. This one's a little larger. $571,605.97.
It's gotta be payroll, yeah.
A school.
Oh.
Yeah, there's Shaker Regional School District, 535, almost 536,000.
Yeah. I will second that.
You made the motion.
Oh, I'll motion it.
I'll second. All those in favor?
Aye. I'm seconding and I'm motioning, confused.
Busy night already.
Yeah, well, it is Monday.
Yep. Thank you. All right, next one is a payroll manifest in the amount of $54,646.26.
So moved.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
If I can fit my signature in the process.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, the next item is a welfare manifest
You can move this one. Yeah, you did. It's your
in the
turn.
amount of $1,575.
So moved.
And seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Very nice.
That's my job.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I'll make you do it again.
All right, next item is a warrant for land use change tax for map 266 lot 1, the amount of $14,768.
Whoa, so moved.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, so.
Change taxes.
Okay. Today's the second, right?
Yes.
And it looks like 2 signatures in this one. I think that's it.
I'm getting the year right on all my checks.
Mm.
But I keep reversing the day and the month, so I'm writing everything as 1-2
Yeah.
instead of 2-1.
Yeah.
Really? Right year, but the wrong month. So look at your networks. Oh, yeah. 10?
Phillips lot on,
The one they're excavating right now?
No, that's 40.
this is, it's, most of the frontage is on 132,
Did you say half
just a
of that?
small frontage on
Oh,
Mountain.
I read the wrong address.
Oh, all right.
I can't
This is on, it's a Phillips.
read. Drive.
Yeah,
Oh, all
Mountain View.
Yeah.
There's just a small section on Mountain View and then goes back and then opens up and goes to Route 132. There's a large frontage on 132.
They just building on it?
I don't know, like, he's taken out of current use, so.
Hmm.
It was,
Good on that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just want to make sure. All right, this is a notice of intent to cut wood or timber for, map 248 lot 8-1. And I think we just signed.
We just
this, right?
signed those, right? This is cutting. Not a cutting.
Mm-hmm.
There's a heck of a lot of excavation on that lot.
Yeah.
There's one rock. Yeah.
What's the bad time of day right now?
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, Ken, I'll give you that. And, the next item on the agenda is the Affinity contract for lights.
yes, so we had a company, Affinity, LED lighting, did a, consulting of the lights in the, offices
Yeah.
section of the municipal building. And, they came up with a plan that they can change all the lights over from fluorescents to LEDs. And, it will give us well, let's see, the cost of the project is $44,644. There's an incentive from Unitil for $11,780. And then we can finance the rest through Unitil for an on-bill financing agreement. So at 0%, it would be for, let's see, I just want to make sure I got the right one here. It would be for 10 years, and we pay $278.86 per month for 10 years, and that would repay the $32,864. But our annual savings would be, is projected to be $4,243 per year. So that $278.86 is annually would be $3,346.32. So our actual annual savings for each of those 10 years would be $897. So I have their contract here, and again, this is for the on-bill financing agreement, and then we would send this to Affinity, and they would schedule the project and complete all the work, and then we would, they would get the incentive from, they would get paid by Unitil.
Yep.
That incentive would go towards it, plus the on-bill financing. So we would be paying Unitil back through our every monthly bill. So, if you guys want to move forward this, I'd like a motion, and then you could make a motion to allow me to sign it.
Okay.
I sat in on the meeting with them, I thought they sounded, I thought it was a good deal. An impressive company too, I think, so.
All right, I'll second the motion. Any further discussion?
My only question would be, well, 0% financing doesn't do us anything to pay it off early.
No.
Or anything.
Okay.
10 years, yeah.
And we, the energy savings and all.
Yeah, and the way the on-bill financing works is, I think they want us to do the 10-year
Yeah.
plan.
Okay.
I think we could pay it off if we wanted to, but there's really no incentive.
It doesn't seem like there's an incentive, that was my only question. No, fine, great.
All right, any further discussion? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right, and actually, do we need a motion to authorize you to sign on our behalf?
Yeah, I think.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I'll make a motion that we authorize the town administrator to sign on our behalf.
I will second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. All right, I think that brings us to previous minutes approval. Looking first at the January 14th, 2026 public session.
No suggestions.
Okay, yeah, I looked at it and didn't. have any-
That's gotta be a first.
Good way to start the year off.
I sent Cal a smiley face.
Yes.
Excellent minutes, no
All right,
changes.
so I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes of January 14th,
I will
2026.
second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, turning our attention to January 19th, 2026, public meeting.
So there's a couple suggested changes. One of them is that I said nobody showed up from people ready to help David Bowles at the transfer station on Friday. Should have been Saturday, so that's an easy change. Another one is transfer station baler has been set up to do plastic instead of cardboard, clarifying to say do plastic during open hours and cardboard and paper during closed hours.
Great, yeah, it's good.
And then the last non-grammar change is, it says the select board will schedule a working session after town meeting to work with Chief Crotty and Ken to determine what exactly they want in the report, changing it to determine what they want to include in the Canterbury specific proposal for PD wages, to be more specific about the report.
Yeah.
So that's it.
All right. I'll make a motion to approve the January 19th, 2026 meeting amended minutes.
I will second that.
All those in favor?
Aye. Thank you, Cal, again, for another excellent set of minutes.
All right, we've got half an hour before Aaron comes. Select board representative reports.
Oh,
That should be,
been.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
that should be like next
Sorry.
meeting.
Yeah, no worries. It
I was
seemed a
gonna
little
say,
odd.
I don't think I've gone to any
Yeah.
meetings yet since the
Me
last
neither.
time.
Yeah, except for one planning board.
Mm.
All right. New business, we've already done the highway and transfer station.
We did transfer station on the highway.
Oh, that's right. Thank you.
So, we have another candidate for the highway department, and, his name is Nick Ferguson. I met with him and John this morning. I've done all the background and reference checks on him. I'd like to recommend that we hire him. He lives here in town, and I think he'd be a good candidate. He does not have a CDL, however, we already did a training agreement with him. I have it here, if you guys can sign it tonight, if you approve to hire him,
Yep.
then you can sign it.
Yep.
So, if you could make a motion to go ahead and hire, and
Yep.
I'll give you this.
All right, I'll make a motion that we hire Nick Ferguson for the highway department.
I will second that.
All those in favor?
Aye. That's good. Two good candidates right in town. That's great.
Yes.
That's really nice.
Does he have experience in any of this stuff?
He has quite a bit of experience, mechanical and welding. He does not have a CDL, but he has run equipment. He drove, trucks in the military.
Well, having a body who can weld and fix
And
things is a huge
he-
plus.
Yeah, and he does.
Right there.
He just has to get his CDL, like I said, he's driven trucks in the military, so he's familiar with standards and can drive. He just doesn't have a regular CDL license.
Great.
Vehicles will fit right in.
That's, I think.
This is great.
All right. There it is.
Ken, did you advertise any place different this time, or did it just happen to fall in the right eyes this time?
Just think we fell into good luck.
Yay.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
I'm not,
Step 2 is to retain. All right, that brings us to annual report special recognition.
I think everybody got an email to that effect without speaking so that we give away this prize, as it were.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I am for it, but I'm gonna check with you both to see what you think about it.
To me, it sounds great.
Okay, I think the timing is right for it.
Agreed.
Okay.
Without giving away any secrets.
Right.
Or any surprises.
The only thing is do you feel the name should be listed or not?
Yes, I do.
Okay, then I'll find them.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
perfect, and I can do that before tomorrow.
cool. Okay. So we both got homework. Or no, actually, I got out of my homework.
Hey,
All right, anything further on that?
no,
Okay.
not at all.
Very good.
Unless Cal, you need a photo, in which case I'll send them along. I'll find a photo of some sort.
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah, appropriate. Yeah,
okay. So photo and names.
cool.
Thank you.
All right, old business.
We
Cemetery.
do have one more thing
Oh,
with new
sorry.
business.
Okay, go ahead.
We got a flyer in the mail from M.A. Dean Associates. They're the ones who have redone 3 of the bridges in town.
Yep.
And it's a nice color flyer, and it includes a picture and a write-up from the town of Canterbury.
Oh, cool.
So
Wow.
pass this around.
Yeah.
See it? That's something they send out as part of they use for reference checks. We have done very well using them as contractors for our bridge work, and they came highly recommended. And as you can see, they've worked for a lot of municipalities, and they do a really good job for a lot less money than a lot of other contractors. So
And this is sent out to all the towns that they have.
it's sent out to all the towns that they've done business with, and
Nice idea.
Yeah.
Mr. Bean asked if we could let people know if they're questioning if other towns call, who'd you use, and I would recommend them highly.
Yeah.
They get in there, they do the work quick, and they do a good job. I think Laurel Road was closed for maybe a week, I think.
Yeah, it was quick. Yeah.
So,
Wow. Yeah, this is a nice piece. Good. Kind of looks like one of our old town reports.
If only they were that size.
Yeah.
The entire floor is
Cool.
covered in town reports. Great.
that's all I have for you.
All right.
I did have one, I don't know
Go
when it
ahead.
comes, since the budget hearing is still open. I don't remember if we put anything in there for the town to donate to the, community newsletter. We did it last year as a matter of course to honor Mark Travis, but I didn't know if anybody felt we should do it as, an annual thing, since that's one of our main ways of getting news out to the town.
Right. I don't remember discussing it this year.
We did not.
Okay.
That's all, as I was going through all the minutes, I went, oh yeah.
Where did we put it last year?
That's fine.
I know Mary, we did it, but I don't
Yes,
know
we
what,
did.
where it,
Yeah, because
Where
it
it
was
ended up.
$600 or $700, somewhere in there.
we paid for one issue.
I remember, yep.
I think it was six some. Or would that show up? Advertising?
It might have gotten put under
Miscellaneous? No.
miscellaneous or advertising. It's not in the notes from last year's meeting budget or meeting binder.
Yeah.
Binder. And I don't have a connection. I don't think I can connect to QuickBooks from here.
Okay.
Try.
So I don't know if there's room in the budget to put in this year, if you want to leave it till next year. But I'd like, it seems like it should be part of the discussion to put something in there, to help the publication. Since it is a really good way for us to get our news out.
Mm.
Can you put a table up in the back and collect donations there? Do like a QR code in a bucket? Sorry.
Oh, I don't know if we, can we take donations for the newsletter?
I feel like the farmer's market had something set up and you could donate,
Oh,
like other people, I've seen people in the back that
The
have.
farmer's market always donates to the newsletter every year. That's part of our budget. And in the back, we do accept donations for goodies, which generally goes to Mary Ellen's Basket charitable giving arm of the farmer's market. So I think, I'd hate to mix up town business with farmer's market business if we don't have to. But that's just me speaking personally. But yeah, since we take up a lot of room in the newsletter every year, we make sure we give a donation.
Yeah, I mean, if we can find an appropriate line to put that in, I certainly have no objection to it.
It seems like advertising would be it feels like it anyway, but no, not really. I'm not advertising, we're just.
QuickBooks is very slow, but I'm putting it.
Oh,
so I can't
okay,
figure out
thank
where
you.
to put it.
We can, once Cal figures it out, we can come back to this.
Okay, that's fine.
I got a question, comment, concern. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going back to the police. I'm sorry. When we had the meeting last week, my email was down for like 5 or 6 days, so
Yeah.
I didn't pour over the information in a timely manner.
Yeah.
And I went over it last week, and I'm trying to kind of tie up the loose ends in my head here. I averaged out all the salaries that were given to us, what we currently pay, what we're proposing, and the percent increases. And I guess my concern or my question is by us memorializing these rates right now, it's going to put one officer higher than the average by a few dollars. It's going to put one dramatically higher in a position that we don't have slotted, I guess, or we don't have on our payroll. Right now we have 2 officers, we don't have a sergeant, and the chief is making significantly less than most chiefs.
Correct.
So,
Yeah.
not in opposition to this, but is there a way that we could manipulate this or meet them 50% in the middle until we hammer this out so we properly adjust the pay rates?
Is that what the numbers you showed me this morning didn't?
Yeah, so I went through and looked at all the numbers that the chief had provided with us. Provided us with.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, I did add, for the chief, I added 3 positions that I had information on from our regular wage survey that we do, Dunbarton, New Hampton, and Webster. And it looks like the average salary, the chief would be under the average by over $3,000 per year. The sergeant, and I just used the towns that he gave us, and I didn't use them all. I did Warner, East Kingston, Chichester, Antrim, and Bradford. The other ones were a lot smaller towns, so I didn't use them.
Okay.
They didn't really compare demographically with us that well. And for the sergeant's position, I came up $1.07 under the average.
And this is using the numbers that Chief
This
Crichton
is
has
what
proposed.
the chief gave us. And
Okay.
again, I didn't go through every single town, because some of the smaller towns' demographics the population was a lot smaller. And I was like, well, let's try and be as fair as we can with our demographics. The patrol officer, was over by $1.92 by the average. And I guess looking at it, one of the towns listed their starting pay for a patrol officer, or their pay for a patrol officer, and that was with 0 years experience. And his proposal started out at, I think it was either 2 or 3 years experience, so it would be a step higher. So that it didn't even it out to the average, but it made it closer. It got it down to about $1 over what the average is.
Okay, because
So-
I ran all 9 of the towns.
You did,
Was,
okay, yeah.
And like, you would go, our current rate for one is 30.24, the proposed was 36, and the average is 36.67. For the patrolman, what we're paying now, 27.95, proposed is 32.11, the average is 30.58.
Yeah.
So I guess like I don't want to keep nitpicking on it, but I think if we're gonna do this, we should do it thoroughly, and that's all. I just would hate to memorialize these rates.
So the pay rates are up to you guys and the police chief. If the budget number is okay, you guys can decide on how you pay people at any time. It doesn't have to be decided at town meeting. Obviously, when the department heads provide their budget for the year, they typically do it, and as I do, is bottom up. We take the hourly rate times the hours worked, plus the holidays, vacation time, and we put in enough money to cover that person, and then we add those people together in that department, and that's how we come up with our budget for the salary for the wages, the wage line. But again, if the wage line, the total wage line is okay, it can be manipulated throughout the year how you see fit.
Well, I guess and maybe I'm stuck on it. I just, in my mind, 18% is a big jump for some of these. And in my head, I was thinking, can we give them a 9 or a 10% and then meet the rest with a bonus until we have the meeting with the plan?
And you can do that. Again, given that total wage line, if you look at it from that perspective, and I know that was one of the thoughts was to give them a COLA and then a bonus to try and make them whole, so to speak. So you could
The
do that.
retention bonus that we had talked about.
Yeah, and
Which made
you could do that without.
She talked us
Didn't
that.
want it, yeah.
You could do that as long as it falls within the number of that wage line. I think when you had your meeting with the chief 2 weeks ago, I think you were clear that this was the number you were going to fund for the bottom line of the wages. And then your thought was, I mean, at first you were like, well, let's do a bonus and a COLA. And then it went back, let's do the step increases, because he had some concerns that if you didn't do the step increases, it might not be enough for retention, even though you're hiring.
Well, and not just the step increases, but the idea of a bonus to wait around until we figure it out was, it was easier for them to get poached, which we
I'm gonna be the negative Nancy here. I feel like if we're gonna poach, they'd be poached. I feel like if people were gonna leave, they were gonna leave. These wages were that low. You know,
Well, I don't know.
I'm not trying to take the money away, I just wanna
No,
distribute it differently. I just
No,
don't
no.
wanna commit to that big of a raise at once until we have this meeting and this work session. I'd still like to pay them what we proposed, but I'd rather see a 9 or 10% wage increase and then a bonus so we can figure out where we need to pay.
I thought the bonuses were problematic on several levels as far as whether it's wage or, bonus. But also, at the end of the day, if we're still under budget and if with what's being asked puts them in line with the towns that are comparable with us or actually a little below in some cases.
Some
right?
cases below, some cases above.
I mean, I think that averages out. I hate to call it memorializing it if that's what the job is worth. And it hasn't been paying that. I mean, I think this sounds like a conversation that we've had in other places too, but I think.
But I also, and first, I agree with Beth, but I also think that the fact that Vincent's position's been open for a year this month. We've had no applicants, literally, 0 applicants, and I think that tells us we've got to do better.
Even more than poaching, the fact that we can't get anybody to come.
Yeah. We can't even get people to talk to us. This is where law enforcement is right now. And without getting into a long involved discussion on society, we have made the job of police officers so unattractive that municipalities like ours are now having to offer more money to get people to take it. The 0 applicants in a year tells me everything I think I need to know. It tells me that we're just not offering enough to even merit a nibble, if you will, a phone call or an email of inquiry. As I look back in 2015, there was a movement in town to eliminate the police department. That went on the referendum, if you remember, and it was overwhelmingly defeated. So my feeling is the townspeople here want the police department, functional police department of fairly paid, and I won't use the term well paid because I honestly think these raises bring them up to where everybody else is already. And I looked at, I think it was 5 towns of comparable size, and I think where we're proposing to bring them is fair. I know it, to the average person, it looks like a huge jump, and I expect there will be some questions at the town meeting about it. But I think it's defensible. I think that, I think it's where we need to be to keep officers and hopefully attract new ones.
Well, and part of the conversation is still the continuing discussion about going forward. Yes, it's a jump, and we're setting it at a rate, I think that seems comparable to, with all your numbers, comparable to the towns around us. And then the Canterbury specific
Right, well, that's-
step program going forward.
Agreed, and I think that, we should get through town meeting, and then at our first meeting after, bring the chief in, and between now and then, sort of lay out what specifically we wanna see in that report, and give him a short deadline. He's expecting it, he knows it's coming.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not trying to gun it.
No.
I get worried about a huge jump and then where do we step
Right,
off from there?
right,
And what's affordable long term?
Right,
Well, and at the moment, I mean, if we were doing this and it made our budget skew and we were back at, 5 or 6% or 7% over last year, but if we can do this, it looks like affordably and fairly, I think that's
Just
a pretty good deal.
I just don't know how long we can, as a town, can rely on having every single member be a National Guard member and we get the buy-out of health insurance. Then you get 4 positions.
right, but I think,
Yeah,
but haven't we budgeted for that? Aren't we now budgeting for health insurance?
We haven't, not with them.
Okay, oh, that's right, I remember that.
so it's like,
It's a good
I don't
point,
wanna be
yeah.
splitting hairs, like, I know
No.
it seems like I'm on this hill, but I'm looking at that 5 year and I look
Yeah.
at the steps and I look at the coming down the hill and I want to give them what they're owed, but I want to do it as properly as we can, as thoroughly as we can.
Right.
So it's not, I'm not trying to defend my decision. I
No.
guess I just,
Well, you
when I
should
look
be
at
able to defend
when
your
I look at
decision.
18%, I go, that's a big,
It
the
is,
average consumer's gonna go, that's a huge jump.
it is.
Well, is it, okay, so look at it from the other side. Have they been underpaid by 18%? Is that fair?
And that's, I guess, in the eye of the beholder, I guess, where like, that's all arbitrary
I
stuff.
think this is our, recalculating.
Right.
And then going forward, and again, if, I hear where you're coming from, but if we can still do that and bring it to a level that's comparable with the towns around us and not break our budget and still come in under what we were
Oh, yeah,
aiming for,
definitely, yeah.
and then, have the plan going forward so we don't suddenly come against it and say, oh, this is, we can't do this anymore, sorry, you have to take a pay cut.
Well, and that's like I said, like the health insurance, you look at the stuff that we don't include right now because we're fortunate enough to not take my end.
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
if they do get poached or walk, and then we have 3 new officers that now earn additional family, and that's an extra
Wow.
$100,000 in your budget.
It
on
is.
top of
Yeah.
These increased wages, so it's just, that's sort of where my train of thought went on it, I'm not opposed to it, I just
How do you get-
wanted to get that out and, sort of get it out in the universe, because I didn't have a chance to digest the numbers
Right.
for the last.
No,
so,
that's,
I just want to speak my piece, I guess.
please.
No, I think
Yeah.
that's great, but between your numbers and the numbers that you shared with me this morning, I think we're still,
Yeah,
all
I
in
didn't
the
run the
area.
I just ran the 9 that, so
Yeah.
I don't know if I included those towns or not, so that's why my numbers are probably different than Ken's.
Yeah.
a little bit, just a little, but,
Just, well, yeah, no, yours are definitely better because they're not as skewed by the slightly different towns, so I
Right.
don't drop that average or get the
Yeah.
range bigger,
And
but.
as I said, I expect at town meeting, we'll be asked some questions.
Sure will. I would hope you are.
I defer to stuff too.
Right. Right. But thank you for going on the record.
No, and like I said, like, it's not like an
Yeah.
opposition to it, I just,
Yeah.
I like to see before I
Understood.
stamp something.
Well, we all wanna make sure we can afford it, not just this year,
Yeah,
but going
Right.
forward, so, yeah.
yeah, and I mean, with all the larger scale stuff going on in the state, potential funding impacts, we just wanted to make the right choice. We'd hate to try to pull it back from somebody later and realize we
No.
can't afford it.
Right.
You know, that's all, I'm just, maybe I'm overthinking.
No, I think you're doing a great
You're
job.
thinking it just
Yeah.
enough.
Too much. I said my piece, I'm good.
Alright,
Alright.
you're good? Alright. Now we're really gonna make you
Ugh.
motion things.
Right. All right, anything else new business wise?
Nope.
All right.
While we're on the budget,
Yep.
one thing that we're going to have to do is assign warrant articles and who will
Yes, we are.
speak to the warrant article.
Yep. Do you wanna do that now?
If you want to, before we get into old business and before everyone shows up, that's fine.
Yep. Oh, yeah, that's right, Aaron should be here shortly. I just gotta find my, because I gave you, when we signed it, so I just need, yeah.
We'll give some copies.
Yeah,
Right.
I thought people were
If
gonna
only we
show
had a
up.
copy of.
All right, so,
Oh,
here's kind of what I'm thinking. So, I'm the selectman's rep to the police department and the fire department. So I think I should take the first 2.
I will happily let you take the first 2.
Calvin,
I'm okay with that.
all right? And then I'm gonna give the, state of the town, I'm gonna call it, address on the budget. So I think it makes sense that I do that one as well.
So,
Number 9.
9,
Yep, the budget itself.
Scott and Scott.
Right, Calvin, you're the selectman's rep to the highway department.
Yep.
Can you take number 11, the water tank?
Just skip 10.
We
10,
don't need that one.
Oh, we have
Capital.
10, I'm including with 9,
Oh, okay.
so, sorry,
Okay.
I would,
but, yeah. Just to formalize it, I'll take 10 as well.
this is a small grammar thing, but, I just noticed, on number 11, should it be for the purchase of a slide-in water tank? Does that matter? Do we care? Does it have to be in there?
I think I can add that without
Okay.
it becoming a problem.
Okay, good. Thank you. Never go on and have to
Right,
rework
all
the whole
right.
thing.
Calvin, I'm liking you for number 12 as well.
Perfect.
This is getting to be,
Wait, your turn's coming.
Oh, gosh, all right. Calvin,
All right, fire department, I think have to be me again. And so that's number 13,
okay,
as well 14,
okay.
Beth,
What?
number 15.
I'll take 15. That would be fine. That's way too easy, though.
Yep. Calvin, waste oil burner.
Perfect.
All right.
Salt shed capital reserve.
I'm thinking Beth for that.
Sure.
All right. I don't want you to feel left out.
No, that's, you can leave me out, that's fine.
All right. Who wants to take the most important item on here, which is 18 in the printer?
I'll take that printer.
All right.
Highly convenient.
All right. Number 19.
This is not even, I mean, I'll take that one.
Okay.
I'm the rep for that
Yeah,
committee, but
that's what I.
that's a big, nothing burger.
All right. All right.
20 and 21.
20 and 20. Oh.
Sam Lake
I
has
thought I
capital
was all
reserve
done.
fund.
All right, say, discontinue. So I think it'll be me, but you'll probably can wind up,
Sure.
explaining. I'll certainly be glad to introduce it. And then Calvin, what do you think about 21?
I can do that.
Okay,
Oh, why didn't we hear this one?
yeah, I did read it, I think
All
I'm
right, yeah,
so,
you did.
Yes.
yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah.
yeah. All right, everybody good with their assignments?
Yes.
And if there's any questions of the technical
Yeah.
world, Cal and I would both be there, with any, and we can offer
That's
any
all.
comments or assistance.
Yeah, no surgeries this year, or. I know.
Still got a while.
Yep.
We have until tomorrow for any petition warrant articles. Are we
Correct.
expecting any?
I haven't heard anything.
Sam heard something, so we'll see
Okay.
if any show up tomorrow.
Okay. And any other issues that might come from the floor? Deal with them as they come?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if there's anything you want me to put on each of the warrant article pages for the binder, for the ones that you've been assigned to me, there's additional notes, I can
Yeah.
put them right in
Cool.
the
Okay.
document.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Good. All right. Why don't we pause since Erin's here?
Good evening, Erin.
I always hate to interrupt.
No.
Actually, your timing's great.
Okay.
We just finished giving homework assignments for town meetings, so please have a seat.
Okay.
Welcome. Good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you too. Happy winter.
Yes. What a winter, huh? Is there much snowshoeing or cross-country skiing at the village?
Yes. I think especially like you can see there's usual people
Yeah.
coming and doing some trails, but there was a lot of activity this weekend.
That's great.
People ripping it up in the that front.
Yep. I know
uh,
exactly what you're
pasture.
talking about.
Looked
Yeah.
like fun. Yeah.
Cool.
So Erin, on that note, I've had questions from a number of people, like, okay, they say that we can just go on the property, but how do we actually do that? Can they just, what I guess I'm looking for is if you had a specific thing, like the village welcomes you, park here, and go, okay, you don't have to talk to anybody, you don't have to, or you do have to talk to somebody or whatever.
That's a great point. We are going to put out a specific invitation for winter activities, just on social media and our newsletter and stuff, but the grounds are open always to people. And so people who are coming just for outdoor recreation are welcome anytime. Obviously we ask that they be responsible and, not obnoxiously and stuff.
Well, I was just thinking, the town email goes out, the deadline's 7:00 on Tuesdays or 8? I always put 5 on my calendar, so I have a chance of getting it in on time. And then it goes out to the whole town, on Wednesdays, so
Okay,
being that we
great.
have such beautiful snow.
I know, it's been so nice. Yeah, so I'll mention that to Garrett and see, I know he was talking about getting, sort of a winter invitation out to
Yeah.
everybody.
Hmm.
But yeah, but then when the museum's open, We do like people to check in and get a sticker.
Right.
Residents don't have to pay, but we still, we like to know how many people are there. It's good, the more people are there, the better we look. But also that way, if they're going in and out of buildings, nobody would stop them. And then if they want to sign up for a tour, then they sign up for
Right,
a
right,
specific
okay.
time.
I think in the winter, people are just, where, do I find somebody? Do I just go? Do I?
Just go. Yeah.
Huh, interesting, okay.
Yeah, we do have a couple people living on site. We don't have as many people living on site as we did. But Garrett, who's our communications person, and his wife Rachel are living on site, and Shirley, who is our curator, is also on site.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Todd has moved down the road a ways, but he's still readily available when the phone rings. And Andy is in the process of moving off site. He finally.
Maine, right? In Andy's case?
That what?
Maine.
Maine? State?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I.
We're not talking about that.
I know,
That
we're
is-
talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that.
Okay.
So maybe on that note, maybe I'll start with updates there.
Yeah,
Basically, things are quiet, there's not a lot happening, the museum is closed, grounds are open, of course, but, so we're really doing a lot of planning, budgeting, figuring out what's gonna be happening for the coming year. Something must have gone out last week, some newsletter that had the request for proposals for the farmers, because it had been a little quiet.
Ah,
I had 2 proposals, or not even, I have 0 proposals in hand. I had been talking with 2 people and 3 more people reached out last week. So we have some good conversations going, some good prospects for that. We're hopeful to have something going for, moving
Yep.
that forward. And that's part of the reason that we're holding open right now Andy's apartment and the creamery apartment where Todd was, because we want first for that to go to, we want to have that available for a farmer if somebody wants to come
Great,
live
yeah.
on site. So in terms of programming, I think more to come, but we are reimagining a little bit the daily visitor. For those of you who've been doing tours lately, we've been doing they're supposed to be an hour and a half, but they often go long, like one long tour. It's too much for me, and I think if it's too much for me, it's probably too much for a lot of people. So we're just sort of breaking it down, or we'll have a 1 hour sort of introductory tour, and then like an infirmary tour, a laundry tour, some different things that people can do. We're also gonna try to have more guides and interpreters on site, so that we can just have more buildings open, sort of with an old school kind of docent model, where the building's just open and if people have questions, they can ask. So it still won't be what it used to be, what everybody remembers from the good old days, but we'll be trying to liven it up a little bit more. Still working on our program and event schedules, but we'll have, much like we did last year, summer concerts, a series of special tours. We have a couple of new social events, just sort of things happening. We'll keep the car show and a couple of other things, so that's all in progress, and the budget that goes with that is in progress. I think we are working on a new strategic plan also, we're close to having that done. That really just states an intention, sort of 3 primary areas of focus, which are probably not surprising, preserving the past, and that includes a combination of sort of planning projects, making sure we're planning going forward, and then implementation projects. I'll talk a little bit more about this year's projects in a minute. Enriching the present, I think, or something like that. So really trying to activate the village and get fun things happening, educational things happening, a combination of programs and activities going, trying to sort of extend the reach to include more people, and then find ways that the people who are already engaging with us can engage more deeply or in new ways. So working on activities. And then the third part is really working on creating a sustainable future, which is kind of our financial side of things. So we have our annual fundraising as usual. We're really going to be pushing to grow the endowment this year. That's one of our focuses, because we've been doing really well on project fundraising. And so we're going to really be focusing on the endowment. Although we're also we have a Save America's Treasures grant for the infirmary that we still need to match. So our fundraising will still be focused on, annual operations, but then really on endowment and the infirmary. On the project side of things, and within that, we sort of stated priorities like getting food service back to the village. They're under those primary overarching goals. We've got a little bit of a work plan going. On the building side of things, we have 4 buildings that are gonna move forward this year. I think you've already heard about all of them. The meeting house is funded. We have a contractor.
Really?
We met with them next week. Preservation Timber Framing is going to do that with a couple of subs. And we're gonna have an internship, preservation trades internship program, that they will be, instructing hands-on work. We'll have 2 to 4 interns working alongside them this summer, which I think will be a great opportunity. It's a great way to meet the need because we don't have staff with the capacity to teach and train. So to have contractors that can do that on our behalf will be great. Steve Fifield is going to take on the ministry privy, which is the little outhouse back in the corner there.
Yep.
I took beautiful pictures of that this summer, but it really is
Good.
a rather interesting
rough
little
shape,
building.
yeah.
Yes.
So they're gonna pick that up, we're gonna move that into the horse barn so that they can work on it over the winter, and that will be done. He participated actively in the high school career exploration week, program for the preservation trades. So we've contracted with him to make sure it gets done, but so it'll be a teaching tool and then they'll finish it up and move it back. The East House is fully funded and that'll go. Ollie Fifield and a couple of subs are working on a proposal for that. So hopefully that will get going this summer as well. And then the B House, which we got a new roof on last fall, we'll finish a rehab of that space and have a launch, an opening, a sort of bee-themed pizza and mead opening
Pizza and mead.
honey and bee themed opening in late August is when that will be opening. So that's kind of an overview. Other things that I should be thinking about or questions that you have for me?
What was the group that you said was working on the meeting house?
The meeting house, the contractor is Preservation Timber Framing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're really top notch. They do good work. I really like them. They, Jim Garvin, who is on our building committee, really likes working with them. I'm really excited that they're gonna have this teaching opportunity for us. So, and that'll be more of the interns. I mean, if they're local, they won't need to stay on site, but most likely those will be additional people staying on site over the summer.
Cool.
And the East House, once that gets done. So right now we have Garrett and his wife Rachel are living in the East House. They'll have to move out while that goes under construction, but then that will be ready to be program and or staff house.
And which house is the East House? Refresh me. Is that in the?
It's the one, like if you're sort of looking towards the garden, the meeting house is on your right. It's the white one straight back.
Okay. Yeah.
And then, so that sort of back corner with the meeting house, nothing really happening at the ministry, but then the ministry privy in the East House will really be lit up this summer with preservation.
That's great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're excited about it. Obviously, there's more we could do, but that's I think it's a good start for us this year. And then the infirmary, again, we have the grant and the clock is ticking. That's a 3-year timeline, but we don't plan to go to construction on that this year. We'll be fundraising, doing our planning, getting our approvals, and then we'll go on the infirmary next year.
That would be good to have that all squared away.
Yeah.
Wow, you've got a lot on your plate for coming up for the year.
Yeah, it's stacking up pretty well. I think it's gonna be great. We have some new staff, which some of you might have met, Cassidy and Garrett. And so that's really helping. They're both in our development team, but so Cassidy's out there fundraising, Garrett's really helping us on communication, and together that sort of gives us more capacity to be doing events and programs and things like that.
Great.
Yeah. Anything else that I can tell you about or any questions you have for me?
Nope, none from me.
I don't think so, except thanks
Yeah.
for coming and filling
Yeah,
us in
as
on what's
always.
going
Sure,
on.
yeah, I appreciate having a moment. It's always nice, and if there are questions that come up in the meantime, of course, don't hesitate to ask. That was actually something I was thinking about asking you. Oh, can I ask you a question?
Nobody.
Last year, we've had 2 traffic accidents that have done damage. One up at the sort of visitor entrance where it took out the sign and did some damage to the wall there. And then the more recent one where we sort of lost a tree and there was some pretty significant impact damage to the stone wall. What's the process that we go through? Do we need to be filing police reports, or how do we get involved as there being something, having been impacted?
Yeah.
Ken's gonna correct me if I say anything wrong, but, I think in both cases there were police reports. The damage, you must have an insurance carrier, right?
We do. So do we file through them and then they reach out to the other insurance carrier?
Yeah.
And do I need to get a copy of the police report to provide to them, or will they?
Typically, your insurance company would take care of that.
Okay.
That's why you're paying premiums.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
So you would notify your insurance company
Yeah.
of the incident
okay,
and then, let them know if there was a police report filed.
okay.
And then they could reach out to the Canterbury Police Department and get a copy of the police
Okay.
report.
Okay, and timing of that, like, if we don't ever wanna be insensitive, but, it's okay to reach out soon thereafter
Anytime.
and just.
Yeah, really, like the next business day.
Is best,
Yeah, while it's still fresh.
I wonder, and it might be too late on these two, but I'd like to make sure, again, it's Stonewall impacts.
Right,
But we'd like to get them repaired, or at least,
yeah.
be able to do that.
Do you need the sign repaired as well?
Ideally, I mean, it's just the frame, something,
Yeah.
we could do that in-house, we could build a new frame. It's just that the sign is there, we still have the sign, it just got.
Yeah.
Um,
And certainly not speaking for either insurance company, but typically insurance companies, if you have the ability to do it in-house, they can estimate a cost of even doing it in-house and reimbursing
Okay.
it. Because you'll have to pay somebody an hourly wage.
It's just one of those things where we thought about it and it's like, if these keep there's gonna be incremental impact, even if no one of these things is significant, I should get in the habit of following up more quickly.
And if damage is caused by a private vehicle, your insurance company would would probably file a claim with that
Exactly.
person, whoever
Yeah.
drove that car.
That's our concern, is we
Unless they're
carry,
uninsured, in which case.
then everybody's.
That is, in New Hampshire, it's a possibility,
Yeah, yeah.
it is uninsured, but if they are insured, then your insurance company would most likely.
We carry a very high deductible just to keep our premiums are extensive anyway.
Yeah.
So it's certainly, I don't imagine it's something that, if it's on our policy, I don't imagine that it would cover any. It's worth checking into.
But it could go towards the other person that was.
But so that's the procedure, is that we probably just our insurance, and they would even reach out and get a copy of the
Correct, correct.
Perfect. I
That's
appreciate
usually
that.
how it's done.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. That was an easy one.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Now I just have to remember to follow up.
Right.
Great.
Want me to text
Alright.
you tomorrow? I'll take my notes.
I mean, feel free, don't feel
I'll
obligated.
I'll write Garrett and I'll write you. Garrett, I want information about
Yeah, if you think
winter
of it,
activities.
a nudge never hurts.
Yeah.
That's
for
right.
sure. Yeah, that would be great.
All right. Thanks,
Excellent.
Ann.
Good.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate your time. That's all.
Yeah, and yours. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
All right. Al?
Hey,
Hi. The public hearing is still open for the budget. Do you have anything budget-wise you want to talk to
no,
us
I'm
about?
just
Okay.
here to,
Good to see you, my friend.
that's
Welcome.
right.
Get comfortable.
Yes.
Stay warm.
We like to have a peanut gallery.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. I think we're on to old business.
Yeah.
All right. Center tree replacement.
This is the, where are we? That one,
Oh,
And
yes,
one behind
I'm
the
sorry.
sandwich.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
it's centered on Sam Lake.
Blankly look at Cal.
it's the.
It's the Sam Lake, it's the Sam Lake.
And also you got the email about
Right.
the 250th.
Okay.
So
That's
I
right.
forwarded that email
Yes, you
for
did.
the,
Yeah.
they call it the Liberty Tree, I think.
Yes.
And asked if you were interested. We're most likely gonna take down the tree that's up there, because it's dying and a lot of limbs are coming off it anyway, and we should have money left over in the warrant article for that, so we can take that tree down.
Yep.
And I know we had discussed prior to that, planting another tree to take its place
Yes,
somewhere.
we had.
And maybe that Liberty tree might be, we could
That's
kill
a,
two birds with one
Yeah.
stone, so to speak.
Yeah. I think it's a great idea.
Okay.
the
Yeah.
hard thing will be deciding where.
Right.
That is the question, just because we really can't put it on the north side of the garage because the septic system and the septic line's right up there. So it's gonna have to be somewhere near where the current tree is. Because there's a water line that runs from the well that's out in front of the Sam Lake House, kind of diagonally down over the hill to this building, the library and town hall and the church.
Is that impossible to like grind that stump and?
No, and that's what I was thinking that
It's such a beautiful place.
do something
Yeah.
with that stump and maybe plant one a few feet over from where that stump was.
Yeah,
So it gives us a good base of soil.
Yeah,
Right. So I will look into that.
sounds good.
and I would, somewhere in your note taking, contact Sam because I think he wanted to do something with the wood
Yes.
from that tree.
Yes. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it was thought about something that maybe even for the tricentennial, some kind of use of that wood somehow.
Yeah,
The tricentennial.
good, okay.
We'll let Sam bring that up.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. All right, next is CCPC Mission Statement.
Yes, so.
Yes, so everybody got a copy of it and that's,
Correct.
the point of it was, since CCPC has so few members now and the focus has really changed, which I think the mission statement even alludes to, to make it so that our focus really is to, Edgar and Beth to go to be our liaisons, with the bigger, organization and to continue to try and explain to people how this works.
Yep.
That's the main focus. And then whatever programs, New Hampshire Community Power and HCPC, I can never remember the acronym, if they, Beth, and I don't know, Edgar, how many of the other, programs you're attending there, but, they're coming up with all kinds of other things that they can do for communities, and if anything seems like it would be a good fit through to Canterbury, we'll work on that. But other than that, that's what the focus of the mission statement was, to make sure that people know that, the big thing with the solar panels and the everything else that they do when there are a lot more people on the committee is not happening anymore. It just can't.
All right. Sounds-
So did anybody have any input or changes?
No,
or-
I was, as I think I said,
Yeah.
when we talked about it, I was very glad to have the opportunity to read it.
Yeah,
I think that should be for all of the.
and I'm
communities.
sorry I didn't even think of that at the time
No
we were
worries.
doing it.
Yeah, that, but thank you.
Okay,
I think it looked good.
okay, good. Yeah, that was Fred.
Thanks, Fred.
Thanks, Fred. We all pointed at Fred and said, "You do it." He was like,
You did a good job. with it.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. All right. Next item, select board meeting schedule.
This is, do you know what you're doing for hockey yet?
Lacrosse?
Lacrosse,
Oh,
whatever.
coaching.
You're coaching?
It looks like it.
Okay, so do you wanna change the time?
Back to 6?
6 o'clock?
If it's doable, I think our game schedule gets released this week, so I'll know, but we usually, they're in the process of hiring a new head coach, but it looks like we're gonna be slotted 3 to 5.
Okay.
So 6 o'clock works.
Yeah.
If we have to keep it at 5, I can make it work.
Yep.
It was fine by me to change it to 6.
Yeah, and,
And it would only be
Yeah.
April, May, and the first meeting in June.
Okay.
Season's only
Yeah.
10 weeks.
Yeah.
8 weeks, if that's possible.
yeah, I think we can accommodate that. We want you
Yeah.
here. So,
Yes,
what we do.
well, we want you here too.
Yeah.
They want
I'm
you
sure
to
the kids
lacrosse
want me
and
too.
it gives me an extra hour to get ready
There you
to
go.
find all my papers, so I'm
Yeah,
fine.
and like I said, it would be 6 meetings total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Awesome, thank you.
Fine by me. And fine by Scott.
right. All right, anything else?
Do we need a motion to that effect? I think Calvin should make a motion.
No, I'm not gonna have But I do have a question. The school board, obviously this week with the funding and the open enrollment
Yeah.
coming up, there's been a lot of talk on the news and everything else. I know some of the school board members signed a statement in opposition to the bill. Is this something that the town should look into, or should we start thinking the ramifications of what open enrollment would do? Obviously, that's a school board and a school district issue,
Right.
but when we pay the taxes and we, that it has trickle down effect on us.
Yeah,
I just wasn't sure where we stand on that.
You as a board can make comments if you'd like as a board. So certainly,
Right,
we
Well, the
can,
vote's Thursday.
oh yeah,
Because they amended.
when is the vote?
Thursday.
Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
We're essentially trying to,
Yeah.
trying to squash towns from saying
Yeah.
you can't send or only receive. They want it universal.
Think,
Yeah.
I'd have to, my guess is, there's usually an electronic, version where you can go online and either oppose or support, as individuals.
Okay.
So I think for each of us, there's another
There's an
one.
avenue there.
Yeah.
So what would we actually look for if we wanted to weigh in on this?
Wrote the bill down on a piece of paper in my truck. The vote's Thursday.
Is
It's.
your truck right out there?
Edgar, you don't know the bill number.
Probably find that in the truck.
Yeah, I can pull it up.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Edgar's gonna pull it up and we'll all
Text
take
it on my
notes.
shoe.
Just text Edgar, he's right there, he knows.
Along those lines, NHMA, their last legislative bulletin, there are several, hearings that are coming up in the near future that, pertain to municipalities. I'll forward this to you. There's some on permits, building permits. There's, let's see, residential development on commercial zone land, accessory dwelling units, multifamily and mixed-use development in commercial zones. And then there's others that are coming up on, they call them, the NHMA calls them anti-NHMA bills that are still in committee. And those were the ones that, we're gonna restrict municipalities from, funding lobbyists.
Yeah.
And that's what they consider an NHMA is lobbying group. So, there was a push to restrict that.
Or did you just,
There's another one on risk pools, because of the issues that happened with NHIT. So I will send you all of these. There's another one on right to know, defining citizen, which is one that NHMA supports. It more defines who a citizen is. So I will send you this whole thing, but there's several House bills that are in committee and coming up for discussion, that the town may want to, you as a board may want to comment on, or you as individuals.
So that bill's House Bill 751.
751. Did you, and Edgar just texted this to me so I can forward it to you.
Give me the number one more time.
751,
Thank you.
So I think the Senate already voted on that.
yes, and he said, yes. Here, Scott, I'm sending you what,
Cool, thank you.
do you want it to, Calvin?
I've probably already got it.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, Edgar. You're a whiz.
But it,
So, this is all interesting, but, okay, that's fine. So you go to any school you want, not only do you get your kid there if you want them to.
He'll be paying for it in taxes.
We would have to pay to get children to the other school district? If they have to Uber there? Well, that's
Edgar, do you want to
above
add
and
something?
beyond. Interesting.
a correction on the CCP mission statement, it was
Oh, yeah.
Meek that was working on the mission statement.
Oh, you are correct. Fred was doing the annual report for the town report. It was Ted Mead who recrafted the mission statement. Tim Mead.
Can we-
Did I say Ted? Tim.
No worries.
Yeah. Thank you, Edgar.
All right. All right, anything else, Paul? We've got a non-public session we need you to adjourn.
We do.
Yeah. Anything else, public or budget-wise?
No.
All right, so I will close the public hearing on the 2026 budget at this time. 6:23?
Second that or just?
No, I think that, yeah,
That just closes.
that just closes it. And then, if you're ready, Cal, I'll make a